Everyone shops at grocery stores, but few think about how the food gets there. Where did it come from originally? How did it eventually arrive at your table? We know that the food comes from the grocery store and that it arrives from different states and countries, but do we really know the effects of our food's travels? Grocery stores bring food from all over the United States and even from neighboring countries. For instance, Abby Gold, a nutrition and wellness specialist from North Dakota State University, made a video determining how many miles seasonal vegetables travel in order to reach her state. Most apples in America typically come from Washington State. To get to North Dakota, a truck travels 915 miles. To get to Massachusetts, it would be over 2,000. Grapes are usually flown in from South American countries, particularly Chile, and travel about 5,833 miles. Lettuce arrives by plane after traveling 1,096 miles from Arizona. Tomatoes are also flown in from Florida, almost 3,000 miles away. Worse than all of these is the production of prepared foods. For strawberry yogurt alone, there needs to be strawberries brought from either California or Florida, sugar from Minnesota or North Dakota, and milk from Iowa farms. That is 2,200 miles of oil consumption and CO2 emissions for one product to be made. A study by Nestle demonstrated that transport generated roughly 15 kilograms of CO2 emissions per ton of product delivered, approximately 10% of the total CO2 generated during the manufacturing process. In the US, food is typically transported over 1,300 miles on average before consumers get to eat it, a number that is twice what it was 30 years ago. When combining the amount of energy it takes to transport food with all other aspects of the commercial food industry, it equals almost 10 times the amount of energy consumers get out of the food itself. This amount of travel is not worth it. An alternative to this harmful process is to buy from local markets. All of the food comes from the local community, so there are far less CO2 emissions, if any, made while bringing the food to the people. Earth Emerson president, Erin Moriarty, explains why she believes in buying from local farmers markets.
Organically grown, I'd say, it comes from the people, and it's not put through the system of grocery store type things, shipped from far away, grown in weird farms or in labs and stuff. And so they're usually a lot more, they're more fair in terms of working conditions, and environmentally they're also better because they come from near you instead of shipped from a different country, which obviously takes up a lot of CO2 and things. Personally, I do it because it just, I don't know, supporting your local community is pretty much the best thing you can do. It's people making an earnest living. They're not part of some sort of corrupt system, which I don't know too much about, so I won't try to explain it. But it's transparent, it's straightforward and kind towards the planet. Farming is just a really good thing to be doing. So to encourage and support that small economy of locally grown stuff, I like doing it for that reason. It can be more expensive, but it's also higher quality. It's fresh, it's clean, and it's from good people. And usually if it's a local farm market, you don't have to drive very far yourself, so gas costs wise. Earth Emerson, we actually went down to the farmers market at Dewey Square a few weeks ago, and the other president, Kayla, got 5 ears of corn for $1. It was crazy. So that isn't really too big of an issue from what I've experienced. Environmental benefits are that the production usually uses no CO2 at all to ship it and to dig it up with the tractors and whatever, until it's pure nature that you're growing and eating.
Even Boston restaurants are realizing the benefits of making their food with local ingredients. Be Good is a local chain that only buys its meat and vegetables from area farmers to create healthy fast food. They pride themselves on being able to name all of the family farmers that provide their vegetables. They even have their own rooftop garden where they grow kale and tomatoes, just another step they're taking to provide local, organic ingredients to the public. Co-founders John and Anthony tell us what it's like to be a restaurant that knows what food is going into their product.
The business that we started came from what we were passionate about. It's food that we love, like burgers, fries, chicken sandwiches, and shakes, but it's made in a way that you can actually feel good about what you're putting into your body.
So the whole idea of Be Good is that we want to make fast food real. We want you to know everything that happens. So we start by telling you the story of us. We then tell you the story of where your burger comes from, right? So you get to know the farmer that raises the beef. You know what he fed his animals.
You know, when you come into our stores, you'll see right up on the side of the restaurant pictures of the people who actually make your food, the farmer who actually grows our potatoes. So it's real people. You know, they're not actors. We use whole cuts of beef. We grind them ourselves every day. We take whole potatoes, we cut them by hand into French fries. It's food made by people, not by a factory.
There are two farmers markets in the immediate Boston area, Copley Square and Haymarket. Copley Square runs on Tuesdays and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. It runs from May until the end of November. Here you will find fruits and vegetables, goat cheese, sunflowers, and made-from-scratch jams and breads. Haymarket is open Fridays and Saturdays, usually from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., and actually runs all year long. Here there are not only fruit and vegetable stands, but stores lining the tents that sell specialty cheeses and meats that are open throughout the week as well. While many farmers markets are not open during the winter, one local community in Jamaica Plains has been working to change that. Their indoor farmers market in Eagleston Square runs on Saturdays from 11 to 2 p.m. from November to the end of February. This ensures that people can find fresh, local food year-round and not just during warm weather. There are many local vendors that participate, selling not only fruits and vegetables, but also goat cheese, fresh grass-fed meat, and a cupcake food truck. There are so many opportunities to help save the environment by supporting local, healthy markets. Next time you buy food, consider local markets before the grocery store.